Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to go ahead and do a chatty get ready with me, just kind of chill out, do a little makeup look. I have some errands to run and I just wanted to share some stories with you guys. Thought it'd be fun. So if that sounds cool, stick around because I'm about to get into it. But before I do, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe because it really does help me out a lot and it is always greatly appreciated. With that being said, let's get into today's video. Okay, so hair's up, eyes are primed, and we're ready to get into it. I feel like we're a little too close. Let's back out a little bit, because that's like a lot. We don't need to do that. It's Sunday morning. It's super early, so let's just back out and start over again. So guys, let me get comfortable. I'm gonna do, like the most super chill, basic eyeshadow look. And I just wanted to hang out with you guys. It's Sunday, it's early. We fell back last night, so, I feel like I got that extra hour sleep and it feels to me like it's still like 11, but it's actually 10 and I don't know. I'm like, hey, look at that. I worked the other day and got up early and it's like, and it's just because we fell back. I'm feeling like I'm accomplished. I'm up early on a Sunday. Who knew? And Anyway, I just kind of forgot that was going to happen, even though I knew that was going to happen. It's weird. My brain is just kind of like all over the place, but we fell back and, here we are in fall finally, and I'm so glad because I'm over summer, I'm over the heat, I'm ready for the cooler weather, I'm ready for fall, and like I said, I did work yesterday on a show. They did a Saturday thing, which doesn't happen very often, and it was a chill day, and they had an early wrap, which was kind of nice. It was like a surprise wrap. So one of the things that was kind of crazy about yesterday was that we were going to order a second meal because we thought we were going to go a little bit later, but before the food even got there, which was like 80 something pizzas that we were going to hand out to people, they did the surprise wrap, and we ended up having to just give pizzas away to whomever we could, and then the driver who had delivered those pizzas ended up giving the rest of them to the fire department. So it did work itself out, but my friend who was in charge yesterday was not super happy about that because it's stressful, I'm sure, to go ahead and be running a show and have all this food coming in that you're spending money on. It's part of the budget and all that, and to have it just all of a sudden we're done for the day, and what do you do with all that food? It's just kind of crazy. So we ended up at the end of the night staying longer to hand out as much food as we possibly could because they're off today and then they're starting again tomorrow. So I was just day planning on that show, and then that happened. It was just kind of crazy. I was expecting to be there a little later, but it didn't turn out that way. So that's a fun story I just thought I'd share with you guys. This is the same show that I worked on where we were at the Cecil Hotel and all that stuff went down. Remember I was telling you about that, where it got kind of hectic? It was that show. And nothing like that happened this time, which was great. Different location. Turns out it's a location where my mom used to work, which was wild because she called me up yesterday and we were just having a little chat while I was taking a break, and she's like, oh yeah, I used to work there. She did secretarial work in this college that we were at. I don't know, some kind of university. I've never even heard of it before, but so that was kind of a piece of information that I had no idea about. Super fun, nice little chat with my mom. And all in all, it was a pretty good day. I was kind of like spastic yesterday. I was just a little like all over the place and just extra like excited for whatever reason. I think maybe I had too much coffee, any number of things. I'm not really sure. Just glad to be making a paycheck. I've been working a lot lately, but I'm always grateful to make a paycheck because it keeps the bills paid. But I was just in a good mood yesterday. I was kind of like vibing with everybody and having a good time because I like the crew and I've worked with them on quite a few occasions, and I was excited to show them like my Halloween, costume that I'd done and all that stuff. And it was just, even though we were working on a Saturday, it was still a fun day. And for me, the surprise wrap, even though we ended up handing out a bunch of food, was not like a bad thing. I didn't mind being done by like 5:30 because it left the rest of the evening to come home and hang out with Pat and just kind of, chill and do that thing. So it really wasn't that terrible, from my perspective, because I didn't buy the pizza. So anyway, moving on from that, we're going to hit rewind and talk about Halloween. I hope you guys had a really good Halloween, and this year we went all out. It was fun. I mean, we had a blast, and even for a Monday, we actually had trick-or-treaters. But before Halloween came around, before I fully get into that, we did go to Universal this year. I don't think that I shared that with you guys. I don't think I did a get ready with me story time telling y'all about how we did end up going to Universal. If I did, forgive me, I don't think I did though. we did go. Let's just get into it anyway. We went and we had so much fun this time around. We went earlier. We had the fast pass, so we got to go ahead and go through all of the things that we wanted to go through, all the scary mazes and stuff like that. And it was super chill. We didn't have to stand for a really long time. And then they had this one that was the weekend this year, and it was so packed with people, and it was so fun. I love the whole concept. It was like this creepy kind of like cosmetic surgery vibe thing. And for some reason throughout the day, of course I'm wearing makeup, and I kept getting splashed in the face throughout the day. It was a weird thing. We went on this one ride, we went on Jurassic Park, splashed water in my face. We went on even the weekend thing. There's a nurse that's there. She's got this so wild, this syringe thing, and she's shooting water at people. Hit me right in the freaking face. So I'm like, oh, I'm thinking my mascara is just going to be just running everywhere. And surprisingly, it really wasn't. But it seemed like I was just getting sprayed with water all night long. It was really wild, but we had so much fun. What is it? The La Rona. I'm going to say it wrong. You know, yeah, I'll pop it up so you guys can see. That was one of my favorite mazes that they had. Oh my gosh, they went all out. I'm not even freaking kidding you guys. They really went all out this year. It was so much fun. It was a lot more fun even than last year, probably because we were able to see a lot more stuff and we didn't have to wait in the super duper long lines, and we got to ride the regular rides and just have the full experience without Pat getting completely exhausted and, you know, all that other crap that, you know, kind of went down last year, but still fun last year. It was just a lot more last year. So we did that, and fast forward to Halloween. I really wanted to do a lot more decorating this year. I wanted to just have, I don't know, like the full little cemetery I showed you guys in my last video that I posted, where I was showing you some of the decorations and stuff. And we got this fog machine, and when we had that thing rocking and rolling on Halloween, it fogged up the entire neighborhood. It was so epic. It was so amazing. We even had one of our neighbors came by and was taking a picture of our little setup, and you know, everyone was just really enjoying it. I had the animatronics out there, this like creepy doll that was like going la 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 la. You know, it was super fun. It was really cool. And I did a Halloween look this year that I posted, that I showed you guys, that I was sharing with my friends the other day, and I was like Little Dead Riding Hood, basically. It was kind of that. And I tried to use like my special effects thing, and can I just say, it was incredibly messy. It was so messy. There's even like here on the table, this mirror here has little like splatters of the fake blood and all that. It just got everywhere, and I feel like I could have done it a lot better if I'd had like 1-ply toilet paper as opposed to like the thicker toilet paper that I had to, you know, do the cuts and stuff. But it didn't turn out the way exactly that I wanted it to, but it wasn't terrible either. It was good. I had fun, but it was a lot messier than I had figured it was going to be, and I ended up getting a lot of that fake stuff all over like my clothes and all. And thankfully it all came out, but it made one hell of a mess. But we did have an amazing Halloween, so I was really excited about that. We had plenty of kids. We ended up getting close to running out of candy. I think by the end of it we had literally 3 pieces of candy left, and we had to shut it down because I had to get up early the next day for work. So we shut it down, turned off all the lights and all that other stuff, you know, and the next day Pat got off work early and took down all the stuff and had it all put away by the time I got home from work, which was kind of nice because I didn't have to worry about it, and thankfully we had the storage for it, because that was really like my main concern when it came to like purchasing more stuff for the festivities, was that, are we gonna have enough room to put it, you know, where we can, because we have tools, and you know, the garage is just loaded with Pat's work stuff, and there's just not a lot of storage space for that kind of thing. So even though I wanted to really go all out this year and just completely do up the front yard and all that stuff, I had to be mindful of that and not go too crazy, because again, it's all where you put it later on after, you know, after the holiday ends. So yeah, thankfully we found a space for everything, and it all worked out. So I'm super excited about that. And the next thing I wanted to talk about, that before the Halloween festivities took off, is that I'm going to tap a little bit of this lighter color. I need a flat brush. Yeah, just want to do a little bit more of a lighter color here on my upper lid. Just kind of do a little bit of a brightening moment if I could. Not bad. So before the festivities took off, I was working on another show, and it was with Amy Adams. And just like side note, she is really nice. I'm not starstruck or anything like that, but I can honestly say she was nice to the crew. She was nice to the other actors, just always very pleasant. Whenever she came up to get food from craft service from us, she was always very nice, very, hi, how you doing? How's your morning? Everything's good. And it was a show that also had little kids working on it because she was playing like their mom, and you know, she just vibed with the kids, and just a really nice individual. I don't know, I just wanted to throw that out there. Really, really nice person. I've met a lot of entertainers over the years, and some of them have shocked me. And this young lady was just incredibly gracious and polite every time she came up to say hello to any of us. She was just always very kind, and I just wanted to make sure that I put that out there for anyone who might be curious. If you were wondering if Amy Adams was a nice person or not, turns out she really is. So we're working in this neighborhood, and I worked on this show for a couple days prior to them getting to this neighborhood, and my friend had called me in to help out. And it's a nice neighborhood. It's really pretty. It was all decked out in Halloween stuff, and you know, we're all having a good time and doing our thing. One little problem. This particular neighborhood is loaded with mosquitoes. Just, I don't know, they're breeding somewhere. And I know that we have them here by our house too. We have the mosquitoes, unfortunately. And you know, we were all just getting bit, just getting chewed by these horrible little creatures. I'm not a fan of mosquitoes. I'm not really a fan of bugs in general, but mosquitoes are just like, they're on my shit list. Let's just say that. And one thing that has happened over the years, and this is something that's recent, and I don't even know why, it happens that I am now allergic to mosquito bites. I don't know if you guys, if any of you are allergic to mosquito bites, but it's just something that has occurred, and I am now allergic to mosquito bites. So when I get bit by a mosquito, the area turns like really red, and my skin swells up, and it's just like, it's the craziest freaking thing. It's not like anaphylactic or anything like that, but it becomes not just like a bug bite that kind of itches, it is unbearably itchy, where it like wakes you up in the night while you're sleeping itchy. And I've had mosquito bites that get like the size of like a golf ball. It looks so freaking scary, so insanely crazy that it's just freaking awful. It's horrible. So I'm trying to avoid them at all costs. And here at the house too, if I went outside to like adjust anything, you know, for our little area for the Halloween moment, I would end up getting bit by a mosquito. It's just covered in off spray, all that stuff, which is disgusting, by the way. I have these little bands that have the Sentinella in them too, that they'd hand out for like the kids and everyone that was working on the crew and stuff for this show that, you know, we were all getting chewed up by the skeeters. Yeah, even that was like not keeping them from me. They just could suss me out in a crowd. They just knew I was there. It was freaking nutty. And I got bit twice on my right hand. And it was after like I was done with the show. I was home. I wasn't working, home for a couple of days. And it got so bad that my whole wrist and my hand and everything just really like swelled up. And it was like hard to move. It was so freaking uncomfortable. I ended up going to Walmart and instead of getting something that was just over the counter. I remember when I got my allergy test or whatever done, the guy said, make sure you ask the pharmacist to get you from what's behind the counter, and you just show them your ID and all that, because that's going to be, for whatever reason, I guess it's stronger, it works better. So that's what I got. And I got Zantac, which made me like really tired and kind of loopy or whatever, but it helped, and the swelling and the itching like abated, and you know, it got a little better. But I'm glad that the cooler weather is coming, because I started reading up on like mosquitoes, and it turns out that after 60 degrees, after it gets around there, they're not as active. So I'm like really looking forward to things, you know, cooling off, because I don't want to be attacked by mosquitoes anymore. It's just really terrible. And it was like, it kind of freaked me out. I'm not gonna lie. It really did freak me out. So I'm gonna use this today. Remember I told you guys that I did a video. I might post it, I don't know. I haven't even really looked at it yet, but I did use this already, and I'm gonna use it today on camera, so you guys can see it. It's the Fenty Glow Drops, and then we're gonna go ahead and move on to other things. But I like it. I like this stuff. It's pretty freaking cool. So we're gonna shake this up, and look at that. I think I got the fake blood on my hand right now, and it's everywhere. And I went through here and I cleaned everything up, and it's like I keep finding it. I just keep finding it. It's freaking nutty. Oh well, it was great, and the costume was a success. So I'm stoked on that. It was a good Halloween. Not the mosquitoes though, but I am stoked on things cooling off weather-wise so that I can get a break, and hopefully they'll like be a bit more lethargic and they won't find me and bite me because it sucks. We're gonna use the house labs again. I did a video doing a review on this. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I'll link it somewhere, or go ahead and check it out. It's somewhere out there in the world, and I freaking love this. When I did the look, it was like, quite honestly, I think I said this to a couple of my friends that had commented, is that it was the prettiest I've felt in a long time when I use this. I just love this stuff. This time around, I am shaking it up. Last time I did not. Didn't know you were supposed to. I'm not always the best at reviewing stuff, and it really wasn't a review so much as it was a first impressions. And I don't know. I really just enjoy this foundation a great deal. It's so nice, and it has the most beautiful natural finish. I guess now it's sounding like a review, and I don't mean for it to. It's just giving my opinion on it. Really, really is phenomenal. I mean, she did a great job on it. So, yeah, I really like it. I've been using it quite a bit, and I just think it makes my skin look really pretty. I did feel so pretty in that video, truly. Even Pat came home and, not that he doesn't compliment me, but he made mention of how much he really liked how my look had turned out. It just was like fresh and natural and just really pretty. So that's kind of cool. And speaking of, our anniversary is coming up this week, which is very exciting, but I have a story on that I wanted to share with you guys, and it's about the gift that I want to get him, well, that I did get him for this year's anniversary. And it's not a small thing. It's something that I've been wanting to get him for a minute now, something I just know that he would really enjoy, but it was the finding of it that was a problem, because, you know, I'm a woman on a budget. I can't go all crazy, you know, spending money left and right. We got bills and stuff to pay like everybody else, you know, that's just life. That's how it freaking goes. And yeah, I'm budgeted. I'm limited on how much I can afford, but I had this idea of what I wanted to get, and I just knew it would be something that, like I said, he would really like. I'm repeating myself, but I do that. I'm very repetitive. So I'm looking online for said gift, and everything is pretty expensive, to be honest. And I'm trying to find something that is going to, you know, fit my budget, but is still going to be nice at the same time. And all these places are claiming to have this thing that I'm looking for, and I'm not going to say it right now, just in case he comes home. We haven't had the anniversary yet. It's pre-anniversary, so I want him to be surprised. But maybe I'll throw a picture up so you guys can see of what I did actually get. We'll see how it goes. If not, I'll leave it in the, I don't know, I'll figure it out later. But this thing that I wanted to get, I'm looking online, and all the places that claim to have this thing that I want that's affordable, they don't have it in the store, because it's something that I wouldn't just want to purchase online hoping that it would work out. Does that make sense? It's something that you would want to see in person to make sure that it's nice. You know, you don't want to, because it's also something that'd be kind of hard to send back. I don't know. It's a thing. So I'm going to all these places. I went to, I think it was like a total of 6 places that claimed to have what I was looking for in store that was, you know, in my budget. And a couple of the places out of them that I went to had some things, but it wasn't what they had advertised online, and it was a lot more expensive. So even though they had kind of, you know, along the lines of what I was looking for, it was way out of my budget, and there was just no way I was going to be able to swing it. And I was starting to get, you know, kind of discouraged. Yeah, it's just, I really was, because there was a lot of running. I mean, I did some driving around, you guys. I mean, from one end of town to the other, I kid you not, we're talking like a couple hours in the car to get to certain places that was advertising to have this thing that I was looking for. And one place that I went to was a place in Slauson, I think it was called. And I'm driving there, and I'm like, well, okay, so I'm getting on the 101, and I'm passing downtown LA and all that stuff, and I'm thinking, oh, you know, this is quite a drive. This was one of the 2-hour drives that I went on to try and go and see if I could find what I was looking for. And when I got off the freeway and went into this particular area, the more I got into this area, the worse and worse the neighborhood got. And I didn't grow up in the best neighborhood. I know I've told you guys in past videos. So it wasn't like I've never been in a bad neighborhood before. I grew up in a bad freaking neighborhood, which is even scarier now today. It's like I wouldn't want to drive through my old neighborhood where I grew up. But this particular one, it kind of like reignited those old, like, you know, alarms, the inner alarms that you get to keep your head on a swivel and make sure, you know, you're paying attention to your surroundings and people are, you know, who are close by and just kind of keeping everything tucked and close. It's just, that's just where I was at the time, but I really wanted to find this thing. I was determined and I was like, you know, screw it. I'm just going to go and figure it out. So very warily, I walked into this store and I was looking around. This place is freaking huge. And I went to all the areas where they would have had this particular thing if they did have it. And it was another place. It was another store that I'd already gone to. It was just a different location claiming to have the, you know, so I didn't even bother asking anyone because what was the point? You know what I mean? It's like, I could tell that it wasn't there. And I left pretty quickly after that because it just, I don't know, I just didn't want to be, I didn't want to be hanging out there for too long. It was kind of like a little later on in the day, and I was just not feeling comfortable with the whole experience. So I ended up, you know, taking off from there. And then I went ahead from that place, I think it was the next day, to the total opposite side of town where we used to live, and that was in like West Covina kind of area. And with traffic, anywhere in this town, even something that should be like 20 minutes away can be like 2 hours away. So that was another freaking drive to get to where I was going and look around. But the first place that I went to out there, they had, again, what I was looking for. And again, it was out of my freaking price range. And then I went to another place that didn't. And then the last place that I went to did. And super cool. And the first thing that I looked at, I thought, oh my gosh, this is perfect. It's going to be freaking great. He's going to love it. They didn't have it. Everything is being shipped in from overseas right now, and because of the current state of things, it takes a while for stuff to show up, and it's just a thing. They didn't have it in stock. But I was able to find something else. Well, the guy that helped me, he was such a sweetheart, his name was Phil. He wouldn't be watching this, but hey Phil, how you doing? Nice guy. He went ahead and showed me something else, and it was actually less expensive than what I was looking at, and just as nice, and it was available, and I'm very excited because it'll be here probably before Christmas. So it's going to be a Christmas / anniversary gift, and I really think that Pat's going to like it, so I'm excited. But it took some looking, it took some doing, and it took some risky, sketchy neighborhoods to achieve this this anniversary gift. And I can only show him a picture when our anniversary comes in the next couple days. We're going to go ahead and go to this Greek restaurant that we like that's over in Pasadena, and I'm excited about that. And I think that he's really going to like it. So even though it took a minute, you know, a little bit of doing, it was certainly worth it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's just kind of cool. So let's see where we're at here. Hey, it's looking kind of nice. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do a little more fixing, and then I'm going to hop back on and we're going to wrap this up. So I'll be right back. So I just zhuzhed up a little more, and I put my lily lashes on, and oh, I love these so much. They're so freaking cute. Ah, I love it. Okay, we're about finished here. I'm going to go ahead and pop on my little lippy. Again, it's the Selena Gomez one that I got in the shade Talented. I know. I'm not really mixing it up too much today. I'm doing a very similar look to, pretty exact to what I did in my last video, but that's okay, because like I said, it's the prettiest that I felt in a long time. It's like, this is the kind of makeup that, I mean, I love super glamorous looks too, don't get me wrong, you guys know that. I love a glamorous look, but a natural kind of subdued, it's beautiful, but it's not too much. Those are looks that I really enjoy wearing. It's just kind of like, I don't know, it's pretty, and it's still glamorous, and it still does all the stuff without it being like, you know, a lot. But this is basically it, and I gotta wrap it up because Pat just called and he's gonna be on his way home soon. Usually when he comes home and I'm filming, it's kind of like, it gets a little loud in here. Understandably, he's, you know, he's doing his thing at home, so I wanted to go ahead and do that and do the makeup thing and hang out with you guys and share a couple of stories, and that's pretty much what's been going on lately. I do have a haul video that I want to go ahead and share with you guys too. That also has an interesting story, but I'll save that for the haul. For right now, this is the finished look, and I'm gonna go ahead and go out and get some stuff done. Let me know again how your holiday is going and what you think about, you know, up and coming cooler weather and Christmas and all that stuff that's right around the corner. Thanksgiving. Let me know what your favorite holiday is. I don't know, just chat me up in the comments and say hi, because I always love talking to you guys. So yeah, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye!